What's up, world? What's up, Zion? It's Prince Easy coming at you again, once more, as usual. I do have a couple slides that I want to share with you this fine day that we're having here. And of course, before we get to those, I want to issue a fair use disclaimer for all the copywritten material that's going to be shared in this here post. Right? Ndio mjomba, kama kawaida mjomba. Sure. So, let's dive into the slides. Yeah. So, this is what is coming out now. Some scenery. So, you're just telling us that your connectivity should be the next target, huh? Of course, that Starlink thing is also becoming the sun is back at it. Yeah, symptoms, occupational symptoms. So, we have Nazis in the US, Nazis in the UK. What is this about, brothers and sisters? Well, I done talked about this phenomenon where white privilege, right, takes up multiple masks, right? So sometimes it is just plain old racism, right? Sometimes it is Christian nationalism. Sometimes it is this. Same thing, same message. Not just a philosophical debate, but rather dominance to prove said theorem. So the war has multiple fronts because all of these groups, they don't agree with each other, right? Nazis and Christian nationalists, they don't agree. So they are separate fronts. But what is common is white supremacy. What is happening in the Middle East right now? White supremacy. Right? I don't know how or when it will sink to people, because now reports are coming out that apparently if you are not a European Jew, you might be, I don't know, accidentally left outside of the bunker because there is no space. And still, yeah. Again, you must remember, he emphasized that them and the Israelis are in coordination. Okay? So I don't know what this was about, but hey, look at the market. There is no innocent civilian, no innocent children in Jenin. I stand behind IDF soldiers in every situation, even if the collateral damage includes children and women. It does not matter to me. Right? And his made-up name. This is Israeli Knesset, a member of a important body, decision making and all that. In the same body we have this. Everywhere there are innocent people, Israelis and Palestinians alike. Everywhere there are innocent children who want to play and sing and draw and dance, to dream and to sleep and simply want to live. Okay? Same government. This is the second time within, I don't know, 2 months, if I'm not mistaken, that the Israelis have used phosphorus bombardment. The last time I think, or I believe it was in Lebanon, in the border village or something, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, the tyrant has supporters apparently. I don't know how they feel about this. So, more xenophobia coming from South Africa. This time, the target was a Tanzanian. They went to this man's shop, harassed him. You can go and read it for yourself in this here article. And also there's ample footage, right? It is what it is. I know problematic countries in Africa. In Africa in a long time. Those Epstein material. Yeah, like these two-faced demons think they can lie and lie and lie and lie and lie without end. This is what they think and this is what they're doing and this is what they believe, unfortunately. Yeah. And what is supposed to happen now? Because last time they did not strike the site. No, they struck near the site. And the reciprocation was the same. Peace President, right? Nobel Peace Prize and all. He wants to free the Iranian people, right? I can't even believe there are some idiots, still grown-ups, believing this nonsense that comes out of the mouth of this person here. It's crazy. I can't even call him a person. Hey, you are not getting out of here. You are not getting out of this earth until you face everything you have done, Ghost Rider style. Oh. I expect nothing less from Kemi. Why are we surprised? I don't know. So, you wanna hear a song written by an angel? I don't know which angel, but an angel regardless. Root of all evil. Right? The money, the scriptures say money, the love of money, right, is the root of all evil. Right? But he has a different opinion. Now let's have a read. What have I done? What should I do? Forces of evil pull me away from you. I let them in, granting them entry. Now that you are gone, nobody gets me. I am a man or a beast. Somebody please discipline me, for I am a sinner, a sinner. I know I should stay away, but I can't. I am too drawn to the evil. I know that I've gone astray. Here I am. So many pretty people. good of my heart, where will it lead? It's only a door for people who will leave me. If I take you back, what will I turn to? Sin is a gesture that I know you see through. Am I a man or a mouse inside your house, stuck, can't get out? Sin is a weakness and you see it. I know I should stay away, but I can't. Proclivity to evil. I know that I've gone astray. Here I am. So many pretty people. What do you think this is about? This is some esoteric but plain truth. Right? Plain truth. So, talk about evil.
4 ambulances that have been destroyed in a fire in London has been ruled as an accident by the Metropolitan Police after the suspect arrested turned out to be an IDF soldier on leave from Gaza who claimed he accidentally destroyed the ambulances after he thought they were Palestinian ones and he was under attack. The incident, which received worldwide condemnation from everyone from Keir Starmer to Laura Loomer to Wes Streeting, is being investigated by counter-terrorism police, who say that although the IDF soldier has come forward, they will not stop investigating this attack until they find a perpetrator that matches their predetermined idea of who did this. The IDF soldier was not injured in the incident except for getting his eyebrows singed off by the fires when he was setting them, to which a medic who checked him over at a London hospital told him that the ambulances had a right to defend themselves. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has also apologised for the incident, which happened in a prominent Jewish area in London, saying, "I must apologise to our brothers and sisters over there. Sometimes we train up these soldiers so well that we forget when we send them back into the normal world, it can trigger certain kinds of responses. But as long as they stay away from emergency vehicles and primary schools, we'll probably be okay." 4 ambulances that have been destroyed.
For clarification, because as we get into this, we want people to make sure that you're not just somebody with a wacky idea.
Right.
Okay, you come with some science to you. What is the official reason for the collapse of the World Trade Center towers?
Well, we're told that the planes hit the buildings and there was an explosion and a fire, and about an hour and a half later, in the case of the North Tower, the buildings collapsed due to structural weakening due to the fires. The problem is that we don't have large gradual deformations associated with collapses, and fires in high-rises have never brought down a steel frame high-rise building at all, ever. And what we have, unfortunately, is the evidence in the Twin Towers and the third skyscraper to collapse that day, which most people don't know anything about it. We have the evidence of the 10 key features of controlled demolition. In the case of Building 7, it collapses straight down into its own footprint at free fall speed in the first 100 feet. It's dropping, as you can see, symmetrically, smoothly, at free fall speed in the first 100 feet, 2.5 seconds. This is uncanny. There's 40,000 tons of structural steel designed to resist this collapse.
So what, a 47-story building?
Yeah, this is called Building 7, right? A football field away from the Twin Towers.
Okay, so what we're showing is left what happened. In fact, right is a controlled where you are using, or the people who made this happen, used demolition.
And this is a direct comparison. And you can see that, indeed, almost free fall speed, free fall acceleration through 40,000 tons of structural steel. That is uncanny. So we have 700 architects and engineers demanding a new investigation as a result of this evidence and the evidence in the World Trade Center. That is very explosive. Almost every architect and engineer we show this information to agrees with us that these are controlled demolitions. If we can get them to look at the information, because obviously the implications of a controlled demolition are dark for our country, because that means somebody besides Al-Qaeda was involved, because these have to be easily 3 of the most highly secure buildings outside the Pentagon.
For clarification, because as we get into this, we'll...
The way we do this is by cutting the beam at an angle.
Oh,
I started looking at the molten metal. All three buildings, both towers, in the rubble, in the basement areas, and building 7, there's these pools of molten metal. Get down below and you see molten steel running down the channel rails. Like you're in a foundry. Like lava. Okay.
The molten steel was found 3, 4, and 5 weeks later, when the rubble was being removed. He said that molten steel was also found underneath World Trade Center 7.
So I'm looking through the official reports. What do they say about the molten metal? They say nothing. But wait a minute. This is important evidence. So where did that come from? Thermite is so hot that it'll just cut through steel, through structural steel, for example, like a knife through butter. The products are molten iron and aluminum oxide, which goes off primarily as a dust. You know those enormous dust clouds? You can imagine when you assemble these chemicals on a large scale.
So, Professor Niels Harrit, you examined the rubble that came from the World Trade Center. What did you find in it?
Well, in there we find remains of what we characterize as a Semitic material. And this is a very energetic material which can be used either for melting iron or it can be designed as an explosive. The evidence for controlled demolition is overwhelming. I told you that the thermite reaction produced molten iron. Molten iron was in pools of molten iron in the rubble. And the point is that the thermite kept on reacting. This was a bitch's brew of thermite chemistry.
Molten metal pools under both towers after they collapsed and building 7. Now building 7 wasn't even hit by a jet.
The way we do this is
well, I'm showing you this because this here is the beginning for a lot of chaos. And also I'm showing you this because there are some individuals who have this belief that a change of president is the only thing that is needed. Well, that's not true. Okay, these people operate not just on this world but the other. You can't go at them like that.
Let's talk about ISIS and ISIL and the stand-up of that, okay? We saw videos of guys in orange jumpsuits being beheaded. We saw instance after instance, people being set on fire, people marching out on the beaches. But then, on John McCain's laptop, when he was in the Ukraine, his laptop was hacked and a video was pulled down that showed the use of a green screen and how they were making these videos. It was a wag the dog, okay? Now you look at this video, and it's right here, it's proof. It's still up on YouTube, which I'm shocked they haven't.
Well, why was this recorded? This here angle, why does it exist? I do have some speculations, you know.
Taking it down yet, but look at this video and just look at the green screen behind them, look at the orange jumpsuits, look at all of the props and the lighting and the director, film directors, everything that's behind it. It's all an illusion. And so anybody can sit here and do this stuff. If you've got a big Hollywood type studio, you can produce quality data that is going to trick anybody, right? And then you've got the media who is on, as we're finding out, is all operated by the CIA. So folks, what they were doing was using this instance to fund their war, okay? Unchecked, unquestioned, Keep that in mind, all right?
The ISIS video is simply too horrific to show. The man being executed by beheading is James Foley.
I call on my friends, family, and loved ones to rise up against my real killers, the U.S. government. For what will happen to me is only a result of their complacency and criminality.
This is James Wright Foley, an American citizen of your country. So any attempt by you, Obama, to deny the Muslims their rights of living in safety under the Islamic Caliphate will result in the bloodshed of your people.
Just moments before his death. We have watched the video. We will not air it. The White House says American intelligence agents are working to verify the authenticity of the video. James Foley's brother, Michael, and his sister, Katie, are in Dover, New Hampshire this morning. First of all, we'd like to extend our deepest sympathies to both of you and your entire family. I think it's hard for all of us, Katie and Michael, to imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family been coping with this? Imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family been coping with this? Imagine the pain you've been going through. So how has your family imagine the pain you've been going through? So how has your family
almost broke.
imagine the pain you've been going through? So how has your family been coping with this?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Quite an interesting conversation, yeah? Well, the angels, man. The angels. They gave people things that were beyond their apprehension, hence were unable to really take full responsibility for them. Just like, I don't know, giving a full automatic machine gun to a 4-year-old and expecting, I don't know, nothing bad to happen, you know. And we are the children in this matter, right? Told the secrets of heaven to man. So, anyway, I'm not be here for long. I'm gonna put a pin on it right there, and of course, we're gonna hear from each other when we hear from each other. It's easy. Signing out. Love you. Bye.